So, what they do here is families, they have a compound, they have their own villa. Some compounds have two or three villas inside. It's like a family, one for the parents, one for the brother, one for the sister, like that. And the spare rooms, they rent it out. It has got an attached washroom. This one has attached washroom and a kitchen in it. That one in Batumi, this is in Tbilisi. The one in Batumi had an attached washroom to the room, but for kitchen we had to come down. We had to share it with another tourist traveler family, and that's where you dine in and things like that. Now the beauty of this is they had kids, I have kids, so kids can play inside the compound without any hassle of going out. We are not worried, they're all in our eyesight itself. I'm watching them from the room, and probably my wife is in the kitchen, she can watch them as well. There are It's all inside the compound. You see, there is no road, or they're not across the street in a park or something like that, or we don't have to specially make time and be around them. So this is the beautiful part about living in a closed, gated house, um, and you leave. Children want to be outdoor, and if you um, are in cities, you have to make time to go with them to the garden. Probably 2 hours, 3 hours is not enough for them. But in here, you don't have to make that extra time. You just leave them, and they're inside the compound itself. Why 2 3 hours? They can be out for 6 hours. You put in a trampoline, you put in a inflatable pool, and they can jump in, and you put in a slide, they can play. It's in uh, they're in your view eyesight. Now all these houses, the compounds, what I observed is they all have vegetation. They do a little bit of apple trees, do a little bit of pears, they will do pomegranate, lemon, flowers are there. So it's a sort of inside the family, it's inside the house itself. They have these little bit of farming or gardening that they do, and they have their grapes. Wow, vineyards. They all keep at least one grape or um, you know wine farm. Now I'll just show you. I'll just flip my camera and show you what is behind me on the other side. See this? You see that slide? That is the type of slide in the corner. Bottom left. That's for the kids, and this is inside the compound. So much of greenery. It is giving you a time. It's also giving you your organic at home itself. So you see, if children are growing up in such environment where they have unlimited time outdoors, they are seeing, they're living with farming at home. They're seeing how nature and how your plants are being taken care of, how your fruits are coming from your own orchard, home orchard. That is phenomenal. I feel if there is a dog left out here, the Batumi one had it. A dog is left out, they will learn how to live with animals, plants, free time outside, outdoors. There is, you can read outside, you can walk outside. Parents are not worried because you're not outside your compound. You see, so this is something that is so valuable in my journey this time, and I saw the what we're missing out. When we live in cities, yes, there is gardens, there is parks, kids area, everything is community, right? It's for the whole community of probably, 100 families or 1,000 families. Depends on which area you live, but there's a community swimming pool. Everything is for the community. That, but there is no plantation, there is no greenery, there is no, your own pets are not left free. Everything is leashed. It's a leashed, a way of what we are sort of practicing, right? It is there, but it is leashed, I would say. So there is a limitation. In fact, I don't keep pets at my home anymore because I believe in leaving them free, and they should be they're animals. They should be not on leash. They have to run in the mud, they have to run, they have to do their bit of playing around. They have to have their own moods. They have to jump, run, play, and they have to be let free. That's what, when you have a dog, you should practice that. I don't get to do that, so I don't keep it. When I do have something like this, I would definitely keep a dog, and with some amount of plantation and kids left free, I think this is, blissful. So that's why the beginning I said Georgia is bliss. It's blissful, it's pleasant, it is nice because of people, because of nature, because of the weather. The accessibility in places like Tbilisi is superb. The lifestyle is superb. They are naturally blessed. They have they're over sufficient production of grapes and wine and cheese. Wine, cheese is their main thing. If you look at their menu, you go to any restaurant, they have only few things, tabak, kebab. Their kebab is different. They fry the kebab, and that's amazing. Have it when you can. They have they don't have pulao or biryani like what I've experienced in Asian countries, or Kazakhstan has a lot of pulao, and Central Asian countries nearest, they have pulao and that biryani influence. But here it is not the case. They have a lot of breads. You go for soup. If you're from Indian subcontinent, order for some soup. Okay, what they call soup is nothing but our gravy and curries that we have. It could be of your choice, vegetarian or non-vegetarian, as you wish. And in non-veg also, what all, there is chicken, there is pork, there is beef, there is kachapuri. You'll see it in every single menu. You'll see tabak, you'll see kebab, you'll see at least 2 or 3 of these soup or sauce-based options will be there in every single menu. So try it out. Kachapuri is there everywhere, and it's very compact. 10 or 12 things in the menu. That's it. They don't complicate it. And then, like, compared to Almaty, I don't see a lot of bubble tea shops here. They're not that crazy about pastries like what I saw in Turkey. We've seen a lot of Dunkin' Donuts. They're super affordable, Dunkin' Donuts here. Each donut costs about 2.5 lari, That's approximately uh, uh, you buy a box of five, you get one free, and you have, you know, that's there are Subways here. I've seen McDonald's everywhere. I've seen not much of KFC though, but yeah, I've seen Wendy's. We tried some as well, good, and uh, international food chains. What else did we see? So um, this is the life here is close to nature. You know, they are very close to nature. They don't haggle you much. They don't. They're not. They're very strong character people. They are strong, faithful Orthodox Christians who speak about all that they have faced. They don't forget about what they have faced with the in the past with Ottoman rule and the Mongolian attacks or the Roman. Tbilisi itself, they say, has been tried to be invaded by at least 21 times. You know, so the old city of old town of Tbilisi is higher above in the above the hill. That's where you see Mother Georgia, and that old town is there. And down now you see a lot of developments happening. Um, Apart from this, I would like to share a bit of my experiences about, you know, uh, how Georgia is shifting uh, from traditionally it's changed from traditions to modernism. There is a lot of opportunities here, and there's a lot of they're going to be part of EU. They want to, and with that they have a lot of new developments, new construction that I see everywhere. A lot of business opportunities, you know, and so Tbilisi and Batumi, these are places where you should park your investments. Highly recommend because it's affordable now. It is good investment strategy. You're closer. This is a this is a safer haven when it comes to um, getting your investments closest to uh, Europe, Central Asia, and strategically they're located. They have the Black Sea, and they have Russia on the north east. They have Europe on the northwest. On the southern side, they have Turkey border, Azerbaijan, Armenia, on, and so they are strategically located. You see, um, they're dependent on for gas, oil. They're dependent on Azerbaijan. For Armenia, they have a strong bond. So they are very peaceful. They are not in war with anybody as such at the moment. But historically, yes, they have kept. They've had wars before. I'm talking about the 10th century, 11th century. Very grounded people, grounded in a religion and the way they are operating is they have the same practices, which is their part. You know, they have their reality check. They have not left their historical roots. They know. You know, some places you will see. You know, there is a sudden shift. So the immediate shift. There's a generation which is coming in, and they're completely modernized, or they like to you know disconnect from the past. That's not the case with these people. So they are grounded. one more important thing is I've seen all these restaurant and hotel businesses run by families. Families are running it together. So um, you will see the father is doing all the errands for organizing the technical part of the restaurant, the licensing, uh, the maintenance or the logistics supply chain of it. The sons will be taking care of, or the daughters will be taking care of the service part and the kitchen part of it. And it's all 14-year-old plus, and that shows their working nature. They're all getting involved in business, they're all part of the errands. That means practical exposure to how a business is run, how I hope you can hear this sound of the wind, and that's why I paused so that you can hear this nature. I don't hear any honking sounds. I can only hear wind blowing and quiet. They're quiet people, by the way. They're very quiet people. They don't like to talk or blabber much, or make a show of things. Um, Calm, composed. So grounded. They have their central principles in place, and around it they are hardworking. There's a lot of locals that you will get for employment if you like to set up a business. There are a lot of students who have come here for doing their medicine, who want to earn part time. You can hire them. So it's not that difficult or challenging. If you see, people are willing. There is human resources is there available. So that's one of the biggest challenge of business, right? Now, I went to the public service hall. That is where everything happens, right? From birth registration to marriage registration to death certificates and everything that comes in the middle. So if you want to notarize something, apostille anything, you want to start a company, you want to apply for a residency, everything happens in the public service hall. And they speak English, they are helpful. So this is something that I figured out with them about how to set up a business, right? So in Georgia. So there's something I'll explain you. There's something called as in the public service hall, you need to register your business under an LLC or as a startup. The cost of a startup entrepreneurship is 26 lari, and with that it's a one-day process. The documents required is an address proof, the your passport, your identification, your email address, your phone number in Georgia, and with that you're pretty much sorted. If you have to show, if you don't have a new place of your own, you can show the apartment where I'm living in now. For example, I can show this as a place that I'm residing. They may come for checking whether I'm here or no, from the revenue services, before giving me an approval. But sometimes they may ask the owner of this apartment to accompany me to the public services, and sometimes they may not need it. If I can make 6 months or 3 months contracts as well and show that, and in that case everything is pretty easy, right? So I go there, I register. Then after that, I go and open a saving bank account. Then I convert it into a current account, park in somewhere my capital, and get started working. Uh, After this is done, you know, to start your application for a residency, the visa in which you entered the country should have a validity of 45 days or more. So I entered with my Emirates ID from UAE, which has got a 90-day visa on arrival. So immediately once I land, I take a contract with anybody for 3 months or 6 months. I go to the public service hall. Anyways, the SIM card is sorted in the airport itself. I give my email address, my SIM card number, and get started with my company registration. And if there is a checking or any verification, yes, I am here in that 3-month or 6-month contract place, and I get my license. After that starts the residency permit process. So I have well over 80 days to complete this process. What do I have to do? Once the bank account is done, I need to park in my capital, start my transactions, show my income of approximately 1,200 here, lari, and 50,000 gel, which has to be my turnover in a year. So that I'm doing business, I'm doing genuine business of up to 50,000 gel. Turnover, you understand, it is income and expenses together. For hiring every single new residency permit, if I have to issue, I have to show an additional 50,000 gel for each person that I hire or bring into the country. I can get a lot of local talent, as I said. I can get a lot of